Once upon a time there lived an unhappy young girl, and happy she was, for her father killed her mother and ran off with another woman. To make matters worse, her new stepmother had two daughters who were genuinely the most callous teenagers you could ever meet in your life. Cinderella's new evil stepsisters had it all. They had love, dresses, shoes, food, and every other comforting thing you could possibly think of. But for the poor, unhappy Cinderella, there was nothing at all. No dresses, only her stepsister's hand-me-downs. No lovely dishes, nothing but scraps. No nice rest and comfort, for she had to work hard all day, and only when the evening came was she allowed to sit for a while by the fire near the cinders, and it was then where they would beat her regularly. One day, beautiful new dresses arrived at the house. A ball was to be held at Prince Charming's palace, and the stepsisters were getting ready to go to it. Cinderella didn't even dare ask,
"What about me?"
for she knew very well what the answer to that would be.
"You, my dear girl, you're staying home to wash the dishes, scrub the floors, and make the bed for your stepsisters. They will come home very tired and very sleepy." Ah!
Suddenly, something amazing happened. In the kitchen, where Cinderella was sitting all by herself, there was a burst of light, and people from Grand Theft Auto appeared.
"Don't be alarmed, Cinderella. The wind blew me your signs. I know you would love to go to the ball, and so you shall."
"How can I, Justin Rags?"
Now that we've settled the matter of the dress, we need to get you a coach. A real lady would never go to the ball on foot. Good! Get me a bicycle! Of course! You have to be home by midnight, as for the police would have caught on that you stole the car. So at the strike at 12, you will have to burn all the evidence. At this time, you will escape from your fantasy and return to the slave you really are. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Cinderella entered the ballroom at the palace. A hush fell. Everyone stopped in mid-sentence to admire her elegance, her beauty, and grace. As all of this was happening, Cinderella's father and stepmother had noticed she wasn't anywhere to be found, so they promptly called the police to report her missing. Upon arrival, Cinderella's father had invited the police in. Whilst talking to Cinderella's family, the police had noticed some signs of child abuse, such as whips, chains, scraps of food, and an eerie stairwell leading to a dungeon. Meanwhile, at the ball, the prince had set his eyes on Cinderella and was struck by her beauty. Walking over to her, he bowed deeply and asked her to dance, and to the great disappointment of all the young ladies, he danced with Cinderella all evening.
"Who are you, fair maiden?"
Why does it matter? It's not like you're gonna see me again anyways.
"Oh, but I shall. I'm quite certain."
Cinderella had a wonderful time at the ball, but all of a sudden she heard the sound of a clock, the first stroke of midnight. She remembered what the gang had said, and without a word of goodbye, she slipped from the prince's arm and ran down the steps. As she ran, the prince tried to grab her, but the only thing he grabbed was a large chunk of her hair. Dying in pain from the hair loss, Cinderella jumped in her car and drove through the midnight sky. The prince, who was now obsessively in love with her, clutched the lock of hair and said to his ministers,
"Go to every science lab possible to search for DNA so that I can find out who she is and find out where she lives, and take her and be with her forever and ever. I will never be content until I find her."
So the ministers took the lock of hair to the labs, and surprise, they found out it belonged to none other than Cinderella. They then marched their ways to Cinderella's house in hopes to take her from her family.
"Come with me, fair maiden. Let's get married."
A long pause, and Cinderella didn't know what to do. In all seriousness, she only talked to him for 10 minutes, and she was confused why he wanted to take her and marry her when she barely even knew him. 10 minutes went past, and an army of police arrived at the front door with a warrant to search the premises. Constable Kitchen had gone to a judge to obtain a warrant in hopes to reveal the truth about what was happening in the house. I swear before Judge Mango that an offense has been committed and that there are reasonable grounds to search the premises, such as whips and chains. Is my testimony accepted?
Yes, warrant will be issued for tomorrow for the hours of 12 to 6 p.m.
Thank you. Were you being abused?
Yes, I was. I washed the floors, cleaned the dishes, fed the animals, wearing scraps of clothing. My stepmother and dad beat me daily, and I got fed 1/2 of stale bread every day.
Is there anything else you would like to inform us about?
Yes, Prince Charming has been following me since the ball. He watches me all the time. I find it very stalkerish and would like a restraining order.
I am arresting Cinderella's father and stepmother for child abuse. It is my duty to inform you that you have the right to retain and instruct counsel without delay. Do you understand?
Yes.
You, Cinderella's father and stepmother, will be charged with child abuse. Do you wish to say anything in answer to the charge?
No.
You are not obligated to say anything unless you wish to do so, but whatever you say may be given in evidence. You are being charged with child abuse, and you both face a maximum of 12 years in prison. As for you, Prince Charming, you are no longer allowed to be within 150 feet of Cinderella, or charges of criminal harassment will be laid. Do you understand?
Yes.
In the end, Cinderella was able to take the house, she met the love of her life, and lived happily ever after. The end. And also...
Hold on.